I'm going to talk to you today about a story that is muy triste. It's very hard for me to talk about. And I hold shame that's not my shame because this is something that my adopted parents did and they're deceased. And I'm tired of holding on to family secrets. I really am. And I have a lot of shame right now telling you this story because I don't know what you're going to think of me afterwards. I have been nothing but incredibly grateful to all of you, my Colombian audience, mis Colombianos, for being so beautiful and supportive and giving me cariñoso y apoyo y todo in los comentarios. You know, you've been so loving. And I really appreciate that. So me having to tell you this is something I don't want to do, but something I have to do so you understand my perspective. And this story is just a small snippet that defines my entire childhood with adoption and with my Colombian roots, right? Or my search for my Colombian roots. Okay, so here we go. So set the scene. I was 16 years old. I was a runner. I would go to races on the weekend, just like kind of for fun. And I didn't have a driver's license yet because in the state of New Jersey, you don't get a driver's license until you're 17. My parents came with me to the race. And I'm just going to say, because I mean, wouldn't that be crazy if there's a Colombian out here, this Colombiana who remembers the story? That would be interesting. It was Bernardsville Mall in New Jersey in 1995. I met a Colombian woman who was muy amable, lovely, muy hermosa. And I said to her, oh, I'm adopted from Colombia. And she's like, oh my God, that's so cool. That's so interesting, blah, 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 blah. And we talked for a little bit. Ran the race. I ended up like winning my age group or something and getting a little medal, you know. And I went back to my parents, right? And the woman came up to talk to us and said to my parents, oh my gosh, you know, you should be so proud of your daughter. And that's so great. You adopted her from Colombia and all this kind of stuff. Now, my parents were the masters of pretending. So they acted very nice to her. Like they, you know, put on a face and were like, oh yeah, of course. You know, they're very good at that. In private, totally different story. I knew I was in trouble. We got into the car and my dad would not speak to me and did not speak to me the entire weekend. And I was so, I don't want to get too emotional here. I was so confused because I was a child. I was 16. I had been told I'm not allowed to, you know, associate with Colombians or talk about my Colombian roots, but I didn't know it was going to go to that level. And so when we got home, still didn't talk to me. Finally talked to me that Monday or Tuesday, my father, and he said, you know, we don't associate with these people. I don't want you to associate with them. You're not part of them. You're American now. And that's it. You're not allowed. So I was also not allowed to say I was adopted from Colombia. They forbade that as well. And that's just one story that defines my childhood for us to get to know each other. So you're going to hear a lot more. And it's really embarrassing. And I know other adoptados have gone through the same thing. I know there's people in my age group definitely out there. And I just want to tell you that you're not the only one hurting from all this and who was left so confused as a child. And, you know, let's figure it out together. And again, I just want to thank you, Colombianos, para su apoyo. And, yeah.